shit fighter, dude. God, dog. So, after $1,000 of DLC, $1,000 what they've done, ripped off from their loyalist fans, their whales, the true heroes, the true buddies, the ones who are going to give my Street Fighter money all the time, buying the art books and everything else. So Capcom's like, you know what? Smash Brothers, they came out with a complete game to begin with. Maybe we should do that too. It's just like, so we're going to take this game that we've charged $1,000 in DLC from, and we're going to charge you $30 for it. We're going to call it Champion Edition. And if you have the base game, wherever you are and how much dumb shit you've bought or not bought, is that you'll be able to drop down $25 and upgrade it, and then you'll get the full game too. Oh, but it's not really the full game. We're going to keep the Capcom Pro Tour stages. We're going to keep them Red Bull costumes for ourselves. But it's like 99.9% of the $1,000. We're going to charge $30 for it. I had previously was so pissed off for Street Fighter V. It's like been this sort of love and hate. The game itself is good. The music's good. I like the gameplay. But when they released it, dude, and I dropped $90 on the season pass. I pre-ordered it from Lord Gabbin to get the cool, sexy Chun-Li costume with the legs. And then we get it. It's midnight. Game's released. About to play it. And there's no real way to fight the computer. There's no arcade mode. Everybody talks about the arcade mode, but there's not even a way really to fight the computer besides like training mode, and you can fight like one round, and it like resets, or you can fight the computer in the versus survival. And that survival mode they're just like idiots to start with. And once again, it's one round. You just fight one round against them. You fight these crappy computers, and then you keep going through, and then I want to say it's like around the 20th guy or whatever it is, they just crank the difficulty to a full maximum retard, read all your inputs. I think M. Bison was my great nemesis. I never have beaten, I think, a level 30 survival or whatever it is. What is that called? Normal? I've only done it like easy. It's like, and I'm not amazing. I'm not an online warrior. I would just be a scrub, I guess. A bronze tier is what I'm at. I'm ranked like 500 something thousandth or whatever it is. But if I can't do it, there's most of the people who play fighting games, period, or just even for fun, they couldn't even do some of these survivals against these computers. And Capcom's like, well, that's your story. That's your game. Oh, you want to play online with your friends in the lobby? Well, guess the fuck what? There was no lobby. Not for the first couple of months. So, oh, you want to play a story mode? There's like this brief thing where you could play like 4 rounds or something, and they're 1 round matches, and you'll get little cutscenes between them, and it's like, oh, well, you could do this shit with all of the 16 launch characters in like about an hour. And they were like, oh, we're going to have a big story later on, a Mortal Kombat style cinematic story, which came out like the game came out in like January, February, and I think that the story came out in July. So we're months apart now before we besides we actually have our game ready. And dear God, it wasn't very good. What's the best way to say it? I enjoy playing it. I enjoy, the goofiness of the stories of games like that. But, I mean, those fighting game stories are never, like, good quality things. They're just something, to give you an excuse to beat up the computer. And you kind of watch a big cutscene. And you get to, experience the characters in the world. The Street Fighter world's real awesome. But, Capcom borked their launch, like, severely borked their launch. They think that they could just release their games as service shitwad with nothing going on. And then, instead of really fixing it up and making it up to the people, I think they gave us the Gal stage or some shit. That might have been about it. Instead of making that up to... And I think you had to have the season pass to get the Gal stage for free. So you buy the season pass with Gal in it, in his battle costume or whatever, but you don't get this... They wanted your money. They wanted your money as best as you can. They wanted your money every which way they can. It's like, oh, well, you have fight money. You could buy your guys. You couldn't get enough fight money without some kind of ridiculous grind. You had to do online ranked and win to get the points. So there's no real way to game it unless you're on, if you're a Hackster master on the PC, then you could. Capcom tried to stop that by installing rootkits, but that's an entirely different story. But those dickheads at Capcom, instead of making amends, they just doubled down, throwing costumes out. They were going to go through their roadmap of trying to milk your ass. And the only people they had really playing or really willing to do it was the whales. And they can't be happy with what they were doing. But we're going to get those whales' titties. We're going to make all the whale milk out of them that we can, every single bitch way. And we're going to do season passes. We're going to do a bazillion costumes because Daryl Live did it. And, you know, the researchers who, you know, researched Daryl Live bought a whole bunch of research material. They spent $1,000 there, so they should spend $1,000 on Shit Fighter. And, dude, they were dicks. They were dicks like hell. And now you've got this thing where you could get the whole $1,000 worth of bullshit they've come up with over the years. Well, most of it. There's some stuff you can't. But you have to, you know, just for 30. It was an unresistible deal. And so even though I was so pissed off from one of the things, I think it was the thing with the, I deleted the game. I literally deleted it. You have to send an email to Lord Gavin talking about, I don't want this shit on my system. So I did it. That's how pissed I was. I threw the strategy guide in the goddamn garbage can. But I think the final straw was, I wasn't even playing it at the time, but Capcom had just put these like gaudy decals all over their characters. And Dalzim has like, he has these little skulls on the necklace that he wears. And those skulls are like children who died during plague. Well, Capcom just threw fucking Capcom Pro Tour advertisement stickers on that shit. And it was like, how gaudy and fucking ridiculous can you be to your own canon that you're going to do that shit? It's Shit Fighter. Give me money. Getting the money's now. And they're dicks, man. And now think about it like this. If you were a whale who bought a bunch of those costumes and had a bunch of fun, or not fun, or you felt regret, or you felt it was worth it, whichever which way one you won, you know, you bought the costumes, and now, you know, they're $30 for 200 costumes. For like 30-something stages, like all of the music. But no, they were completely shit on the wheels some more. I'm sure Capcom's opinion is we could get back some casual fans like this, like me. So we can get back our casual fans. We'll just continuously dump on the people the whales, the ones who have supported this game, as we unleashed unremarkable DLC every 5 damn minutes. But it's like a love-hate relationship. And once I've found out about this, my friend has he had it on Steam as well, and we would game share our games. I'm like, well, you know what? I'll convince him. I'll buy something on my end, and then he could buy that $25 pass to upgrade his game to get everything. And then, but Vesper Arcade is a YouTuber said, well, that don't actually work. Maybe it'll work in February when everything's done, but right now you cannot just, for me not owning the game no more, I can't just, you know, Steam share all of his shit. It has something to do with how the upgrade the upgrade kit works, whatever it is. So I'm like, I couldn't get it. And so I freaking it's about to go to bed. I'm like, you know what? Let's see if it's on sale. Street Fighter was on sale for like $8. So I bought it, and I bought the upgrade kit. And so now we got everything that unlocked for up until... There's more stuff that's going to unlock in February. It's convoluted as hell. But they're trying to give you as much shit as they're willing to give you. But they're gonna hold on to some shit like the Capcom Pro Tour stages. They're going to hold on to that shit to make sure that you, at the end of the day, that you really don't have everything. And what I'm worried about is nowhere, no how did they say that Champion Edition is really everything. You know, this is, they could just, you know, here's Season Pass 5, whatever the fuck number they're on. Here's Season Pass 49, and oh, here's 6 characters, with, you know, 6 costumes for $30, and oh, we're going to make 47 more costumes during that time. They had just before they even announced the upgrade kit, they put out a bunch of Halloween costumes, and people, I mean, I'm sure people bought them. And then, you know, a couple weeks later, oh, that $10 or $15 you spent on those costumes, oh well, you get fucked. If you just spent a little bit more, you could have got 200 costumes. But that's Capcom. Shit on their fans. Shit on people who have Xboxes because, you know, fuck Xbox apparently. And just be raging dickheads instead of, you know, bringing the games up through backwards compatibility through Xbox. It's like, no, we're going to re-release shit like, you know, Resident Evil 6 or 4 and everything else that we could do. We're just going to put those games on every damn system, be dickheads. And, oh, by the way, they're not even going to work as good as the games that already came out for 360. You know, my friend tells me that Resident Evil 4 doesn't drop out the ammo or correctly. And so, like, the entire balance has been freaking fucked up on Resident Evil 4. It's like, we're going to make these definitive editions, but they're not really definitive editions. We're going to make Street Fighter Collection, but, I mean, further 30th Anniversary Collection, but the original, like, collections from years ago on PS2 are going to be better because we're Derpcom, and we got Leroy Jenkins making these ports for us. Leroy! Get Leroy to do it! But, hey, man, I mean, I guess I'm in it. I guess I'm back in again. I can't get out. I can't escape. I've got Shit Fighter Herper Derper Edition, you know, the latest one. And I feel like a retard. I feel like I've failed myself. I feel like I'm like back on hardcore drugs or something. I'm like a drug addict for Shit Fighter and Chung Li titties.